Greetings to you, my tanker friends. I am going to show you how to buy a bundle of tanks where you already have one of the tanks and you're going to get a refund for this. So I'm going to explain this to you and show it to you, let you see what happens so you'll understand the procedure and the rules. Not really very many rules, but there's things that will happen. So I'm going to call them rules for lack of a better phrase. So this tank that you see here is a VK75 icebreaker. So it's listed as the icebreaker in the premium tech tree. And this is a cosmetic version of the regular VK75. This one looks awesome with the camo net and the gray striped camouflage. So I hope you're going to enjoy this video, and if you do, please leave a like. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed, because I do killer things like this all the time. Things that will help you out, things that will teach you stuff you didn't know, things that will show you things that will make you more efficient and hopefully have more fun, because really, isn't that why we're all here? So now we have the killer. It really is a killer tank. It's not a super high scoring tank in general because it's kind of slow and it has a long reload, but it's pretty awesome. So I wanted to show it to you and let you just take a look at this, because this tank is included in the bundle. Now, if you're considering this bundle and haven't bought it yet, maybe this will help you make a decision. This tank is great. I have a video on my channel of how I was a really crucial player in this tank in a tier 10 match when I was completely outgunned. So that's a terrific video and something you should look forward to seeing yourself to get a real example of how good this tank can be played even when you're outgunned, since it's a tier 8. So let me go to the store and get the item we're looking at. Alright, now we're here in the store. We don't want Cold War, we want World War II. So these are the two special sales. The Swedish Toldi 3 for dirt cheap, and this one is the Czechoslovakian prototype Turan 3. Another dirt cheap tank. So we're looking for, there we go, charging leaders. That's a terrible name for this group. They don't charge. They're really the lumbering guys, but whatever. So that's the icebreaker right there that you see. That is a Chrysler K, and the other tank there is a Russian Defender. And that tank is an awesome tank. And realistically, that's the thing I want number one out of this. That Russian Defender is a black box tank that's normally around 15,000 gold. I don't pay 15,000 gold for tanks because I'm not stupid. But you can only get it in bundles or whenever they list it here in the store, because it is a black box tank. In fact, I'll show you that right now. Okay, you can see this right here inside of the flashing orange lines. That is the Defender that we're talking about here. Object 252U. This thing is a monster and then some for a tier 8. It might be one of the greatest tier 8 defensive armaments I've ever seen. But it's a black box, which means it's only available through special sales. You can't just get this. And there's another one you see diagonally down to the left, the Guardian STG, that's in another bundle. But anyway, we're concerned about the Defender. And it has a really cool Soviet design with all this excellent, skin looking stuff. This thing is fantastic, but check out the front of that. That thing is a maniac. Let's do this, and now let's do this. And let's look at the armor. Yeah, dude. Good luck with that. You really can't even get this guy from the front. It's ridiculous. You're going to have to outmaneuver it and hit this dude from behind or above. I mean, that thing is a monster. And that yellow, as you can see, is anywhere from 121, up to like 161. Let's look at here. Yeah, that front armor there, 130 millimeters. That's sick. And look at it, it just abuses the diagonal deflection. It just abuses it, which is awesome. That turret is, forget about it, bro. So this is the dude. Okay, so we're here. Well, now what you have to do whenever you're going to buy one of these items is that you have to have more gold, or the exact amount of gold that you're going to pay for the entire bundle, even though they're going to refund you a large chunk. In this case, the icebreaker is an 8,000 gold tank, and so they're going to refund me 4,000 for that. Now, they get you on the garage slots. They're essentially making you pay gold for those, which you would never do. Whatever. Otherwise, it's a terrific bargain. Okay, so that was the icebreaker. This is the Defender. This is the Chrysler K. So this is an American tank, heavy, designed similarly to the icebreaker with the rear mounted turret, which is where all the ammo and stuff is stored, with the engine being in front. And they mention this to you in the module viewer here. A project of the Chrysler Corporation developed in the summer of 1946. That's funny, the war's over. The vehicle featured a number of design solutions that were not typical of U.S. tank building. In particular, the Chrysler K has to have its transmission and engine located in the front and the armament compartment in the rear of the hull. All crew members would have sat in the turret. It is thought that this project was the first U.S. project to position the driver in the turret. It was not supported by the Army due to its limited funding. So I guess it wasn't, something that they actually used. But it was more of a prototype or design idea. That here, in this game, you can make it happen, which is really cool. So this is the dude. So here we're going to buy this for 16,200, correct? Yes, that is correct. So I expect a refund to appear in my profile log for about 4,000, which makes this 12,200, which is not a bad deal. Why did it ask me this twice? Okay. Yes, the tank in this bundle is owned already, which is the icebreaker. If you purchase this bundle, you will receive the cost of the tank in gold as a refund. Okay, fine. So we're going to purchase this dude for 16,200. A Soviet monster, to say the least. And apparently you only get the music once. There you go, Object 252U Defender. Hooray! Alright, as you can see here, bundle charging liters successfully purchased, 16,200. Received vehicles to Chrysler K and the 252U Defender. Icebreaker 75.01 refund 4,048. So I guess there was some expensive ammo that was in there. and 21,000 for that other ammo. So there you go. Basically, that was what, 16,200 minus 4,048. So that would be 12,152 for those two expensive tanks. Now the Chrysler K is like 9,200. That's the normal price for this tank. I'm not really interested in this tank. This is just another card tank that down the road, if you get this in a card, couple ammo, expensive. A bonus refund. And it might be useful down the road as a operation or contract tank. The butt kicker that we're looking for, let's go look at this Russian beauty. Russian 8. And there we go. Defender. Man, that thing is a cool looking tank, I'm telling you. There we go, we'll take that off. Got the old killer. I'll have to ask my son what this says, because he can read Russian. He taught himself. It was really funny one time. He was like, it just came up somehow, World War II oriented, and he saw Russian, so he was telling me what it was. I'm like, how the heck do you know how to read Russian? He taught himself because he was interested in something that he saw, and just did it on his own. Like, man, that was awesome. So he has a working knowledge of Russian. It will help us. He can command the language, and anything he doesn't understand, he can read and look up, etc. So that's really fantastic. So this dude, this is the prize of the prizes. Kind of expensive, but I've done pretty well in my gold farming, so I figured I'm going to go for it, which is what I did. And I still have a decent stash of gold in reserve, so not a problem there. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do a loadout on this. I'm going to have to do a loadout and a gameplay video for this Defender separately, because that is just a killer tank, and I'm looking forward to playing it and seeing what it's like in person, because like I showed you, this is a black box tank. You don't just get this tank very often, because it's not often offered for sale, and if it is, it's super expensive. Basically speaking, you pick this up in a bundle like this. I don't even know if it's ever been in a card. I kind of doubt it, but if it did, it would have been in a red card for sure. So let's look. I want to see, what is the reload on this? Stock reload 15.5. It's like the Icebreaker, which has a very long reload because it has a powerful cannon. So 440 damage, pretty vicious. It is a vicious bullet for sure. Accuracy of this gun, 0.47. And it's not horrible, but it's not great. It'll probably get down to like 0.35 or ballpark like that. It'll be decent. It'll be decent. But this dude is a butt kicker, to say the least. It's one you almost never see. I saw it in a match once, and this guy was just unstoppable, because we already looked at the armor, and you can't kill it from the front, really. It could be killed, but you're going to have to shoot all day, and you better have an awesome gun. So the main thing about this one was to give you guys the opportunity to see what it's like to buy a bundle where you have one of the items or more. You're just going to get a refund, and it shows up right in your profile log. It's no big mystery, but if you haven't seen it done or haven't had it explained to you, it's kind of scary. It's like, well, what happens if I buy this, because they don't explain it to you. So I had this explained to me, and I've done this once before. I figured this was time to do it because there's so many bundles, and there's a lot of good bundles available here. Lumbering Giants. This is another good one. You know, this is the Somua SM. Now, if you guys have played the Kasserine, Axis, and Allies, and if you got the Somua SM as your free tank, jackpot for you, then you have the opportunity to go, ooh, I can get this British FV201 and this captured King Tiger, you know, because that Somua is a 12,000 gold tank. That will be refunded 6 grand to your account. So this one is like, you know, that's a 16,000 gold item, but you get 6 of it back from the Somua if you have the Somua. Now, I don't have that Somua SM. I have the cosmetic version, which is the Somua Nomad, which has a desert camouflage. And those technically count as 2 different tanks. So I would not get the refund. I'd have to pay the whole 16,000. I don't need that because, duh, I already have that tank. So that's the thing. If you have a tank that's exactly like another one, it's not exactly like it when you're buying it from the store. The store counts those as different tanks, and you got to pay. I forgot, what is Boom and Zoom? 1357. That's a really good tank. I have that one. As you can see, it has a little green stripe there. And as you saw in that Somua, there was no green stripe because I don't have that. I have the cosmetic version. And this is the Aufklärungspanzer Panther. And then the Rover 237 is a variant of the Super Chaffee. Again, it's not a Super Chaffee, so it doesn't have a green stripe there. Encircling attack. What do we got here? Panzer 58 Mutz. We have that from the season. There's that Guardian STG. This is like the little brother or the cousin, maybe. Not little brother, but maybe the cousin of the Defender is the Guardian. So this is another butt kicker here. You know, but this has the rear-mounted turret like the Icebreaker. I'm sure this thing is awesome. Let's take a look, shall we? Well, that's really good, but objectively, the Defender has better armor. You saw that in the front. It was all yellow. There was none of this. Now, this is very sloped armor. It's skinny, you know, whatever. But let's look and see if is that like a plate on top? No? I don't know what this is. What a chump. 31 millimeters. You got to be out of your mind. It's super sloped, though. I mean, 20 millimeters, completely flat. Okay, it's all right, but to me, it's not as good as the Defender. Although, in practicality, this would be super good. And then there's that, you know, M46 Patton KR, which is very similar to the Ripper. This is like the big brother of the Ripper, with that tigerish kind of bizarre thing on the front. So, encircling attack, you know, if you like that Guardian, that's a good tank. It just all depends. I went, of course, with the Defender because that thing was a monster. Punishers, I don't know. Oh yeah, Javelin, Kruppsteier, Waffenträger. I have that tank. I've never used it because I already have other tank destroyers. This is a Yahtzee or a Yazzie Chinese. Very good, highly angled, as you can tell, right? It's like the Soviet 122-44. TS5, Fish says it isn't that great. It's okay, I guess. So it's one of those things. But that TS5 is one of the G.I. Joe tanks. And then there's Elastic Defense. This is another crazy bundle. You know, it's an 88 millimeter Panther, which is cool. A Mauerbrecher, which thing that's awesome about it is it's got 4 tracks. So that's cool, and it's got this cool artwork. Ein Berlin, one Berlin. I guess that means unified Berlin. And then you have the Progetto, another Italian autoloader, which would be a cool tank. This is a cosmetic variation of the regular Progetto. So there's two Progettos that are exactly the same, except this is the Ariete or Arietta version, and that is cosmetic. Nothing different. But awesome because it's a black box. So just giving you the heads up there. This is another great combo deal. Overwhelming Assault. All right, Carnivon Action X. This tank is the tank we get for free at the end of stage 100 of this current season's season pass. So if you're going to finish this before this, if you're going to finish the season before this offer expires, it'd be awesome, because that would make it, less you pay, because you don't want to pay for this tank in gold and then get a refund for the tank you get from the season, because that refund would be in silver. So I'm just giving you the heads up. I would not buy this unless I finish the season first. And this is the Heavy Metal Heroes version of the Chrysler, the one that I got in my bundle that was tan. You just get a HMH Heavy Metal Heroes camo on there. And then of course you get, this is the French Heavy Metal Heroes AMX M4.49. This was a tank of the month in like September or October. Really good heavy tank, very similar to a King Tiger. So, I already have the Chrysler K, and I already have, there's a cosmetic version of the Carnivon. The Carnivon is a great tank. I have the cosmetic version, which is the Paladin, and it looks way better because you get the British red, white, and blue artwork on the side. It looks phenomenal. We're going to get this for free, so I have no desire for anything in here, obviously, because I already have it all, one way or the other. Now, joint operations, very good, because that's the Rheinmetall Scorpion is a really good tank destroyer. I have one. The Vengeance is a 50% commander experience and a 50% silver combo. So this will make you experience and cash. Normally you have to choose one or the other. This has both. So this is worth considering if you're, good in heavy tanks. I'm sorry, medium tanks. Basically, that's it. Joint operation, G.I. Joe, BOA, and Breakthrough, no thanks. So that covers really the main thing I wanted to do, is show you all the killer bundles available and the one I bought, so that you'd see how the refund actually works. So I'll publish this one Friday in the morning so people can check it out. But this covers the end of this. So I hope this helped you out. I hope you learned whatever you need to learn from this, because it's very good. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tell your friends so they can like and subscribe too, possibly. And I'm going to be working on other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching.